This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
Uh-oh, the last cookie.
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean, these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I'm the founder of the Food Truck Training Group on Facebook, co-owner with my beautiful wife, Melissa, of our own food truck. It's called Food Truck 101, and I'm the executive director of the National Street Food Vendors Association, which is a nonprofit dedicated to education, advocacy, and uplifting all food vendors. Today, we're going to be talking about scams, and of course, food truck owners face scams pretty much every day. We'll have a scam that involves catering that doesn't exist. We'll have a scam that involves some event that doesn't exist either. And there are other ways that food truck owners can be scammed. But the one I'm going to talk to you today is something that is happening especially against older folks and folks that are not necessarily familiar with technology. And this is something that scammers are getting really, really good at, is using technology. So I'm going to tell you what's going on now in the real world, and then I'll relate it to how this is going to impact your food truck business at some point. So right now, imagine that you are a grandparent or maybe an older individual, and you get a phone call. You don't recognize the number, but you answer the phone anyway, and it's your child. And your child is saying, "I'm in trouble." And there is panic in their voice, and you can hear them being worried. And they go on to explain some terrible situation. For example, one of them that's going around right now is, "Dad, I just hit a pregnant lady and they just took her to the hospital. My car is totaled and the police are going to arrest me because it was my fault. I need you to send money." And then they go give you someplace that you're supposed to send money. And then you, as a responsible adult, think, "I'll just call my child on his phone and see, because this is not his phone number." And then you call, and your kid doesn't pick up the phone. So now you start to panic because the voice sounded real. It responded to you in real time. It had the panic in the voice, but it also calmed down when you were a little bit more calm, but they want money. They're going to send somebody around, a courier, to pick up the money. "Can you get the money? Because I need $2,500. I need this for bail money." Now, if somebody's not familiar with the bail system, they may think, well, this is how it happens. So they tell the kid, "Yes, I will go to the bank, and as soon as I get done at the bank, I will let you know." And every response is your child's voice. You go to the bank, pick up the money, get on the phone and say, "Hey, the money's picked up." And they'll say, "The courier's on the way. It'll be home when you get there." Put the money in an envelope. There is somebody there. Could be a legitimate person. They're not involved in the scam at all. All they're being told is to pick up something and then deliver it somewhere else. And then what happens is when they pick it up, they deliver it to meet somebody, say, at a corner, and now the person that has started the scam is long gone. Now, because they've hooked you into $2,500, of course, you're expecting to hear your child call you at some point and say, "Thank you, I'm out of jail, please come get me, my car was totaled," whatever. Usually what they do when they find somebody that's gullible enough to make that first payment is they will escalate it. The voice will call again, panicked. "Oh, Dad, the pregnant lady died, and now they're going to keep me in jail, and they want more money." The bail has gone up because now it's a manslaughter charge instead of just a reckless driving charge, and they're going to ask for more money. And if you're able to get that money, of course, it's going to be gone too. So what these scammers are doing is they are cloning your voice of your kids. Now, most of our kids, and even our young adult kids, they're on Instagram and doing reels and doing YouTube and all different kind of ways for them to get a sample of their voice. It takes roughly 15 seconds worth of a sample to where they can clone it to the point where it sounds about 90% right. When you throw in the panic, and they can have the AI mimic the panic, and the AI can respond in real time to whatever's being asked by the parent. So from that little 15 second, it can be the scammer just listening to the kid's voice mail. So now they've got enough information to create that AI voice clone response. And then it answers questions just in the voice of your kid. Now, these have happened. There's been a number of them happen. And it always involves usually an older adult with a younger child. Obviously, driving age, early 20s at best. And if they can call a grandparent, they're calling the grandparent because obviously they're going to be much older, maybe not aware of the abilities of AI. Some of the reports say that the kid responded perfectly. The AI is that sophisticated. All it's got to do is listen and then respond in real time. There may be a few second lag, but it is not a significant lag to the point where somebody would be suspicious. So how does this impact your food truck business? Well, can you imagine somebody like me, for instance? I have YouTube, I have the podcast, and I do a bunch of training. So there are many, many hours of my voice recorded out there on the internet, literally hundreds of hours. So someone could take my voice and clone it and then just go through our Facebook page, go through our Street Food Vendors Association website, and then call people that have phone number attached to their profiles and say, hey, this is Bill Moore. Would you like to be a part of our special training? This is just for you. It's whatever amount they want to charge. And you will think, well, that's pretty cool. Bill called me. Because remember, you're already familiar with my voice. You've heard it many times. And then, of course, as soon as you pay the money, there's no training associated with it. Or they call you up and say, hey, I'm putting together, of course this is in my voice, I'm putting together a food truck festival in Orlando, Florida. Would you like to be a part of it? Come on down for the low, low price of $1,000. I'll put you up in a hotel. All you do is bring your truck. It'll be the best time ever. We'll show people how to do a food truck festival. There are enough people that would, based on my voice alone, go ahead and do that. They wouldn't bother to contact me because, hey, I contacted them. I will tell you right now, I am not a salesperson. I tell everybody that wants me to be a salesperson for them, I am not a salesperson. I do not do cold calls. I love talking, as y'all know, several hundred hours worth of my voice on the internet, but I don't cold call people. If I wanted to do a food truck festival, I would let it be known on my Facebook page and let you all call me. I have zero problem talking to people when they call me. But I do not call people out of the cold. And this wouldn't just be me. It could be anybody that's out there doing any kind of coaching, any kind of opportunity where they're on social media and doing videos. We're doing the Facebook Live. So it doesn't have to be my voice. It could be anybody that's out there. The voice gets cloned. They program it what to say to start off the conversation, and then it responds in real time. So anytime you get a phone call from a number you don't recognize, even if it's your kid, say, let me call you back on your phone. And if they say, no, my phone got messed up in the car, second thing you want to have is a keyword that only the family knows, and it's something that wouldn't come up in a conversation. What is that keyword? What is the word to let me know this is your voice? If they can't give you the keyword, then it's most likely a scam. So if somebody's purporting to be me or one of the other people that has a following on Facebook or any other social media and says, hey, I've got this great opportunity for you as a food truck owner, say, not a problem. Let me contact you through Messenger. Let me contact you through your website. I will email you for all the details. I'm busy right now. Thanks for calling me, Bill. And then hang up. Because I promise you, I will never call you ever unless you have asked me to call you, and then you already know that I'm going to be calling you. You should assume the same of anybody else that is calling you up with some great opportunity, and it sounds like a voice you should know. So let me give you just some red flags on any AI-based scam call. You're going to notice maybe, this is a big maybe, unnatural pauses, because it takes the AI just a few seconds to process what's been said. So if there's that sense of urgency of, oh my God, Dad, I've been in a wreck, they should probably carry that exact same cadence of their voice and their speech pattern throughout the conversation. So if you hear those unnatural pauses, might be AI. Could be a little bit of robotic undertones. There'll be certain syllables that don't quite sound right. So don't get caught up in the panic. Go into logical mode and see, does this make sense? Or there could be inconsistent emotional responses. Perhaps you decide to tell just a little joke to break some of the tension, because if it was your child, you may say, hey, not as bad as it seems. The sun's still going to shine, that type of thing. And the emotional response is not what you'd expect. And then, of course, they're not going to be able to answer basic personal questions if it's AI generated. And you're going to ask the kind of questions that would not be easily found on social media. The common tactics are it usually involves some type of accident, some type of an arrest, or some type of a medical emergency. Something that most people don't handle on a day-to-day basis. They pressure you to act immediately. And this is what scammers do. We see this even on the email scams that they put out. Hurry before the last spot gets taken. There's only one left. Send us $250 to secure your spot. Never want to do sending money to anybody that is pressuring you because of something that's time-bound. As soon as the sales tactic goes into, I'm talking to other people, somebody else is going to buy this, well, then sell it to them. Because you're putting the goal of selling something above my need for that particular item. So please, if you do have people you're talking to, go ahead and sell it. We can end the conversation now. And sometimes the scammer will not want you to hang up. They're going to want you to keep them on the phone while they go to the bank or while you go to the bank. What they may do is have the AI in your child's voice or in a recognizable voice tell you one thing to get the story started, and then have a second real human take over as the arresting police officer or as an attorney or as the doctor to give some type of credibility to the call. Imposter scams are now the number one type of fraud, and it hits 1 in 4 adults. So protect yourself. You want to educate your family, you want to educate yourself. Educate your employees. Because, hey, if you do a lot of reels and you are delayed getting to work and when you have an employee there and the phone rings and it's your voice saying, hey, pull $200 out of the register and bring it to 5th and Main because I have been detained, I need money, whatever. There you go. Your employee's taking money someplace that they're probably going to get robbed. They become an easy identifiable mark. So educate yourself, educate your staff, what to look for. What are those code words going to be? How are we going to identify each other on phone calls because of the idiot scammers that are out there? If you do find that you get scammed, you want to notify the police. Don't be embarrassed. Notify the police. You might be able to recover the lost funds, but most likely not. According to information on the internet, about 3% of victims are able to recover their money. The other 97%, it's a complete loss. Sadly, AI technology is going to make scams increasingly more difficult to detect. You've got to be prepared for that potential. Now, the next thing that's going to be coming up is going to be a video call, because they can, with as few as one picture, put a picture over a model and then lip sync it to the audio. And with it being a video call, the first thing they can do is say, hey, I've got a bad connection. So then you automatically forgive any glitches that happen visually and any audio glitches. You got to be prepared. I don't want to see anybody get scammed. Certainly not through text, certainly not through email, and definitely not through a phone call. Be aware of the potential that's out there so that you can protect yourself, you can protect your business, and protect your family. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful, please consider subscribing. And if you love what we do, there's a link in the description so you can show some support. Every little bit does help keep us going. Until next time, you guys have a profitable week.